So can, chat AIs like Chat GPT, where you type something in and then it goes and gives you a response? Yeah, can they build stuff in Minecraft? Like, if I asked it to build things using the setblock and fill commands, what would I get? Like, if I said, Chat GPT, build me a house using setblock commands, like, what would it do? Would it even be able to work out what 4 walls is? Like, how? How does it know what 4... It doesn't have eyes. How would it do this? But then you start to think, would it like, if it did work out 4 walls, would it then be able to put detail on the house? Would it just be like a load of just random blocks everywhere? And so now, it was all part of my plan. You now have this question in your head, and you're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to sleep at night. You're going to not going to be able to do anything until it's answered. So let me go and do that. Let me go and answer it, so then you can go back to your normal life, as I hopefully can as well. So first, I asked ChatGPT if it would build me a house in Minecraft using the fill and set block commands, with the center of the house being at 0, 0. The 0, 0 part ensures that it's not like miles away, it's going to be like over here. This is actually the first time I've used ChatGPT. Normally, if I'm using an AI, just because it's easier and installed into Windows, I just use Microsoft's Copilot. So, yeah, it seems to give me 2 responses, and it's asking me which one I prefer. So, because of that, I think I'm just going to copy them both in. I mean, it seems like response 2's very much more detailed. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's get them in. So now if we go simple house R1, which is the response, the first response it gave me. And this is what I did. So it did give 4 walls. And then it seems to have kind of gone a bit crazy with the windows. And also, for some reason, added a gap to the door. But it's done quite well at actually understanding what a house is. I mean, we've got a roof here. I mean, this is a little bit weird. Obviously, the windows, it looks weird, but it's got all the components of a house. And it's very simple. So now with the second house, it's going to take me a little bit longer. It's not as kind of easy with this. I would note that, like, I'm going to say not to add these comments to the code next time when I generate these, because this is very handy, but this stops it from actually working, so you can't have the comments in there. So with the response 2, there we go. With the response 2, there was an error with it that I found. So with some items, like the door, which it actually tries to place twice because it places the upper and lower part of the door, which I don't think is necessary, and also it does the same with the bed. But then it has a direction called which is facing south, which is fine with some items, but not with torches. That seems to cause some problems. So I've removed it where it goes slash, like if I put here replace white bed with torch, you can't have facing data here, so that just won't work. Now it should work if I go and reload and then go and get the house here. So it's tried a little bit more. It's got the windows right with this response. The torches maybe seem a little bit weird. They're kind of inside the house. The emerald block here is the bed. Oh no, the emerald block here is just to mark 0, 0. That's just something I put in when I do clear. So I did just want to mention what I was talking about there. I realized while editing I hadn't actually shown it off. So here we have the house that I was just looking at, and what it is I have this code right here, which just destroys everything in this area and puts a emerald block at 0, 0, 0. Yeah, it seems to have kind of forgotten about the where the floor is, or not really understood that this is the floor, and that you can't, you can't place it in the floor. You have to place it on the floor. But we do have a bed, kind of. Yeah, so that's a bit weird. It places the top of the bed and the bottom of the bed separately, like it does with the door as well, which is weird. Because that's not necessarily, the other one didn't. Like, you can just place a door normally. I don't know why it did top and bottom separate. We've got a nice roof here. All of them have been boxes so far. It hasn't actually tried to do like a proper roof or anything. And then we've got a different floor, which is a bit broken because of the bed and stuff. But I mean, it's not doing bad. It's not terrible. And this one did a lot better job on the windows. So now what I wanted to try was to ask it for a little bit more detail. Still be quite vague, but just say, can you build me the same house but with added detail? And again, it's adding these comments in. I mean, I haven't got much experience with data packs, but so I wasn't actually aware. I don't know if you can add comments in it. I don't know if that is something you can do, but this is not how you do it, because the other time it added these in, I had to remove them, and then it worked. So I assume maybe there's something weird. I forgot to go and to not do that. So I think the fact that it's kind of getting a lot of stuff wrong, and especially that it's adding comments, it really shows that data packs, strangely, weren't the thing that was focused on when training Chat GPT. I have found that when just learning a new programming language, well, I've used Microsoft Copilot, but I assume Chat GPT is the same. It can be very helpful. I have found that with more complex problems, it kind of just starts making stuff up. I can't confirm for Chat GPT, but it definitely does for Microsoft Copilot. But I think that was kind of much more focused on than making data packs, and you can kind of see that where ChatGPT kind of, I think, believes that data packs are, which they are, I guess, a way of programming something or creating something with text, and so kind of sees it as the same thing, and so then goes, well, of course you can go and add comments because that's the best practice when you're writing computer programs. So I think that's why it's doing that, which is good to see. I think it's what it's kind of necessary for it to do, because it has to because like in this situation, obviously, it has to kind of clump together a load of different concepts, and I think it's very good at doing that, but I think that does cause some errors sometimes. So I also found an error in what it was trying to do, which is also an example of it kind of mushing together different ideas and kind of making something that maybe seems to make sense, but in this context just doesn't. So if you have a look here at what it's doing, here it's trying to make a checkered pattern using spruce and oak planks. I don't even know how it thinks it's supposed to even make a checkered pattern using this. Like, you're replacing it with spruce, that's great, but then like distance 1, I don't know where it's getting that from. I'm not really sure. So what I did was I just took that distance part of the code out, so now the data pack works. So yeah, we won't get the checkered pattern, but like, you know, it's kind of as close to what the AI's code was doing as I'm gonna make it. So yeah, it works now. As you can see, yeah, I did have a look. Sorry, I thought I was recording. I wasn't. But look at that. That is incredible. That is so much better than what I thought we were getting. I mean, it's tried to do a roof. It's failed, but it like knows that slabs are used in roofs and kind of then tried to do that. It's gone in each time when it's building the roof. I mean, it kind of gave up, but you know, didn't do kind of a full point. And then we've got maybe like a balcony or something. It's tried to do a step down, which it's kind of succeeded with this here, and then kind of failed with the stair right in the door. But like, if somebody built this, I mean, like not exactly this, like maybe it had like, oh, didn't mean to do that. Let me put the door back. If somebody built like this, maybe even like with that there, and they were just new to playing Minecraft, you would kind of go, I mean, like the roof, obviously, no, but this down here, it kind of looks right, which is a little bit weird because like it's obviously selected stone bricks and stripped logs and oak planks and stuff because these are items that like people might build a house out of. But it's weird that it's got that from somewhere. Somewhere in its training data, somebody has gone like, oh, oak logs, or oak planks, sorry, and like stone bricks are kind of starter Minecraft items, or something you would want to build a house out of. It has done the weird thing of like the gap next to the door. All of them seem to do this for some reason, or like it seemed to do this last time. I mean, but yeah, it has windows. There is a lantern here. It does also have a lantern on the roof, which I mean, yeah, the roof is a little bit messed up, and there's just a lantern here for some reason. So it's not perfect, but it has given me a house with more detail, and it's done quite a good job. I mean, this isn't bad. Like I said, this is like, it's got this. It's incredible that it's got this information from somewhere. Somewhere in its training data, it somehow worked out how to build a box. It worked out what a roof is and kind of put it all together in a way that made this. Because there's probably not in its training data somewhere where it says, this is how to build a house using fill commands. Why would anybody even make that? You know, it's such a weird thing. Maybe one person's done it on the internet once, you know, but this is incredible, I think. This is a lot more detailed than I think I was expecting before. I think initially I was kind of expecting, like, just blocks everywhere. Just here's an oak block, and then there's just a big wall of oak blocks, and then there's a bit of stone here, and it doesn't make any sense. And it's gone, this is the floor, this is the walls, and this is my ceiling. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense at all. But this is like, it's so weird that a computer program has worked out how Minecraft houses work through, like, all it's been trained on is like people writing about Minecraft houses. It's never actually seen a Minecraft house or played Minecraft. It's just people writing about Minecraft houses and you know, about fill commands and different things like that. And it's just got all that information, shoved it all together, and it's actually done something which isn't that bad. And you can kind of see what it's trying to do. This is incredible, a lot more than what I was expecting. So yeah, now let's take this to its limits and go and give it something quite difficult and see what it does. So first off, I'm going to tell it not to include the comments. And then something very difficult. So I'm going to ask for it to use a gradient. A building technique some players use is to put gradients in their buildings. Can you make me a house with a gradient? And I want to see what it tries to do, because potentially people have written online, these are good Minecraft blocks to put in a gradient. I mean, it's never actually seen the Minecraft block, so it can't really do that. So that's probably what it's going to go off of. But yeah, I'm just really interested if it can kind of... It's clumped together a lot at the minute. Can it clump together even more? So it seems to just a transition from dark oak to birch, which is what I asked for. I did ask for a gradient. I mean, I was thinking of something a little bit more impressive, but it gave me what I wanted. And the fact that, like, I was kind of expecting it to try something a little bit more difficult, with a few more blocks. I'm not really sure, you know, what it is going to look like, but the fact that it is quite simple, I find even more weird, because if you went online right now and went and looked up gradient palettes, you would get it using... It wouldn't be... No one's going to say use dark oaks, was it spruce, oak, birch? Nobody's going to say that. Everyone's going to be going like pumpkin, red sand, and then that goes to iron ore. I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. You know, whatever. And it's something that uses all these weird blocks. So I do find that a little bit weird that it's kind of gone so simple. Right, so there it is. And let's have a look at what it looks like. Yep. That's... Yeah, I mean, it has made... I mean, the inside of the house is looking a little bit weird, but it has made a gradient from dark here to light here. I think it's tried to do the same down here. I mean, it's done the same weird stair thing. And it's... I think it's just filled the entire house. It's filled the entire house with spruce. So I guess it is a gradient. It is dark oak, goes to spruce, goes to birch. It's tried. It's tried. I'm wondering if I kind of ask for a bit more colour. Yeah, I think this is just all... Oh, there's a lantern. The lantern's back as well. I wonder if I can ask it for a colour gradient, or to use some different colours, or some interesting colours, or something like that. I don't know how I'll phrase it, but it kind of... that might be interesting. And we should have a colourful gradient house GPT. Yeah. I mean, the roof is a bit weird. It's gone with is this cyan stained glass. So it's, yeah. I mean, it knows it's cyan, and it knows it's kind of lighter than this, I guess. It does know that prismarine is lighter than warped slab, which is getting from somewhere. You know, this is weird that there is somewhere in its data, it says that this is a gradient. These two. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it then goes to this. I don't know why it's picked cyan stained glass. It just seems a bit of a weird choice. But it does know that, like, somebody's used this kind of gradient. Or sorry, this way. This kind of gradient or something. I guess cyan stained glass. I said lighter than I meant darker. So it's replaced the lantern with a sea lantern. So I guess it's kind of... It knows that kind of... Oh, did it? So it kind of replaced the lantern with a sea lantern. I'm not really sure what happened there. Maybe that lantern's from inside and it's popped onto the roof. So it kind of shows that it knows that, like, with kind of blue textures, people tend to use sea lanterns rather than other light sources. So it's obviously getting that from somewhere. And it's changed this to being blue. I mean, like, blue and black also doesn't look bad. And it seems to have also put a gradient inside of a house again. For some reason. I wonder if it's trying to build the walls or something, and it's kind of failing. But it again, it's got a gradient from this black to lighter to. I mean, maybe you could swap these round. Maybe let's have a look. If I go, maybe yeah. This kind of looks like maybe a little bit lighter than that. But I mean, all of it kind of works. Yeah, it all kind of is. I mean, there's nothing in here. Oh, there's a sea lantern. There was a sea lantern here. So it's making decisions about what light source to put in here, because it could have just put I said the same house. I'm pretty sure I make the same house, but you know, so it could have just taken that and gone and put the same lantern in there, but it's obviously changed its mind and gone and put a sea lantern. I wonder what happens if I go like, make me a gradient from orange to blue. So I wanted to show this. It is trying to place a blue concrete slab, specifically the top, and also a light blue concrete slab, which obviously we know don't exist. It's cool how it's kind of got the concept of, like, there's an oak planks block. So, and then there's also an oak plank slab. So then is there a light blue concrete slab? It's kind of made that connection, which, I mean, is probably necessary for it to be able to do things like this. But obviously in this situation, that doesn't exist. So what I'm going to do is, whenever it's made a slab that doesn't exist, I'm just going to remove slab. And we'll see what it looks like. And obviously it's going to look slightly different to what Chat GPT, I guess, thinks. It doesn't really think, but, you know, it's going to look like. And there we go. Let's have a look. It hasn't done a bad job. It hasn't done a bad job. I mean, it's the same house every time. I didn't really specify the same house every time, and I guess it just kind of assumes that's what I mean. It is filling the inside every time, which I never kind of... I probably maybe should have told it about, but I haven't done. That is a transition, not really a transition into blue. These should be slabs, but again, it doesn't really. It kind of looks better than not, to be honest with you. The glass is a little bit weird. Maybe it knows that, like, oh, it's put the lantern back. Maybe it knows that, like, glass is maybe used for roofs. I'm not really sure why it's picked the glass. Maybe it's just because it's called cyan. I'm not really sure. But I mean, yeah, it goes from red terracotta to orange terracotta to then yellow terracotta and smooth sandstone. So that's a gradient. It's not a gradient to blue. That's a little bit of a jump, but it's not too bad. So obviously, I think the kind of problem is that it maybe can't. I mean, obviously, it can't see blocks, and maybe the data it has on gradients and people just typing out the names of gradients is probably limiting. So it might even be looking at, I don't even know, maybe like it knows what a gradient is from like red to yellow, like orange would be in the middle, maybe, and it's kind of going, well, that block says orange, because it kind of is sticking to the color blocks rather than, I guess, not with the sandstone. The sandstone it doesn't say yellow sandstone or whatever. I mean, this is blue terracotta, which it does know is darker than, or does it? Does it think it's lighter? Because it kind of goes lighter and then dark again. Yeah, it kind of messed up really with the roof. Is this supposed to be lighter than this? And is this supposed to be lighter? I don't know. This is incredible. This is amazing. I think it's really incredible that I can now go and ask Chat GPT, hey, I don't know what to make for dinner tonight. Can you give me a simple recipe to make? And it will give me that. And then I can go and ask it, hey, can you make me a house using fill commands in Minecraft, and it'll go and do this. I think That's incredible, right? That's a really weird machine. But yeah, I kind of want to see what it does with maybe something else. Maybe this house is too limiting. Maybe we can get it to do something a little bit different. What if we made it build a castle? Oh, it seems to... The castle has a gradient effect transitioning from darker stone at the base to lighter stone at the top, giving it a more majestic and fortified look. I haven't really been reading these. Maybe I should have gone and read these. I think before it was kind of just going, I'm going to go and put a door here and whatever. Oh, it does give a bit more information here. I didn't see this. The house starts with a red and orange terracotta transitioning through yellow and smooth stone and ends at a light blue and blue terracotta with blue slabs on the roof. It didn't really do that. I'm sorry. Warm to cool colours. The gradient provides a smooth transition from warm to... I mean, that's what I asked for. I mean, you know... Unique elements. Acacia door and orange... so it does actually... I didn't catch that, actually. It does know that acacia is orange. Because nothing says acacia is orange. But somehow it kind of worked out that acacia is orange. So then put an acacia door at the base. Anyway, the castle. It's gone back to putting the comments in. GPT, I asked you not to do this. Naughty GPT. Naughty. So let's have a look at this... castle here. I misspelt it. Yes, it's cattle, but like, I mean, I have gone and had a look at it. You might have seen through the chat. I did go and record a segment, and I've already seen this. I've already seen all this, but I wasn't recording because I'm an idiot. But look at this. This is incredible. This is with the house. I understand how it can maybe. Know that there's 4 walls and maybe in its training data piece together how it needs to put the fill command so then it fills 4 walls in. But this is the shape of a castle and it has a room in the center. And the room's not off center, it's in the center. And everything's symmetrical. And I mean, obviously it's not perfect. The door's obviously messed up and the wall is, you know... Yeah, okay, so it does have a space inside, it's not filled it in completely, but... And also 2 floating lanterns, but... It knows the structure of a castle. I mean, it knows the shape. Which I think is really weird. Because, like... You can go and have how these AI models work, go and explain to you. But, like... You go, right, okay, I get that. But how does it, from having text that people have generated and have that fed into it, does it know what a castle shape is? Because obviously it's not beautiful, it isn't a beautiful castle, but it knows castles go up in these blocks on the corners and then go down and have a wall and then go up. There's obviously some things that are a little bit weird, like these slabs here. The banners aren't facing the right way, but also like the banners, it knows that if you're building a castle in Minecraft, you might want to go and put banners on them, on the castle. And specifically symmetrical banners on the 4 corners. You might want to go and do something like that. Obviously the wrong way round, and maybe someone would kind of want banners like this or something, or like that, or something like that, or even just in the middle but they're facing the right way. And maybe someone wanted to design, I don't know if you can do that with a setblock command, but it's even got that maybe people would want red banners. I think that's probably a popular colour for like castles and stuff. So it's even kind of understood that. So somewhere in its training data, somebody has kind of mentioned building a Minecraft castle and about banners, and also like that you would use an iron door for maybe the center bit. This is just crazy, and these windows are like all centered as well, so it's done like a good job on that. Obviously there's problems with this. I mean, like the door's cut out, so maybe it was like expecting the door to be larger because obviously it doesn't know Minecraft, it doesn't have played Minecraft. But this is ridiculous. This is, I mean, it did say actually that the castle was going to have a gradient, and I guess it's kind of made a gradient from like dark grey, lighter grey, light grey. That's not a gradient, GPT. Naughty GPT, you lied to me. Obviously somewhere maybe somebody would have had to mention, but I'm like, nobody would have ever made a document that said this is how to make a castle using fill commands. Maybe somebody did, or maybe like one person did, and that's what it's getting all its data from, but like not many people are gonna want this really niche thing, but it's done a really good job at understanding what it's supposed to do and building something that makes sense. Now that it's done this and it's done an incredible job, what if we gave it something that was like really specific, a really specific shape, like a heart? Now, you can obviously, I'm thinking like a kind of love heart, you know, but obviously it could also interpret that as human heart. I hope not. I hope it doesn't make a really accurate human heart, because I think then we're closer to the Terminator than we think. To Heart GPT. Nope. Okay, no. I mean, it's not done bad. I mean, obviously this top bit is no. But remove the top bit, and maybe if we that's not bad. Maybe, I'm really trying to fix it here. But it's not bad. And obviously that's what it did, not what I just did. But it does have a hole here. It has understood that there should be that kind of shape. I mean, it's gone kind of too far. But that's not bad. Should we see what happens if I'm really weird and ask for a human heart? That's disgusting, I know, but like I really want to see what it does, or what it tries to do with something really specific. Human heart GPT. Oh my god, what? That's obviously... That's really good. That's obviously not right. Like, it didn't build a really detailed human heart. But that's really good. It's even got, like, the different colours and stuff. That's creepily good. How does it know how to build a human-ish looking heart? Everyone knows the story of the AIs taking over and going and killing everybody. Well, if you're scared about that, just remember that Chat GPT loves you and knows exactly what your heart looks like. So I did also see that Chat GPT said something creepy as well. This creates a basic 3D human-like heart shape. Adjustments to size or block colors are easy if you want more details. So can you add more detail? And let's go and have a look at what it made. So I called it, what did I call it? Detailed heart. Oh my god, no. This looks too good. I was joking when I was like, and I wonder what it would do if I asked it to make a heart. Because it's like scary AI knows exactly everything about human insides. It's pretty good. I don't want to do this video anymore. I don't want to do it. It was quite interesting, and now it's just creepy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. That's all. I'm creeped out. I am never touching an AI ever again. I'm gonna move into the woods, very far away from any internet connection, and live my life out there. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you're gonna join me in the woods, because we need to build a new society without AIs. This is not okay. But anyway, goodbye. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Oh no.